Well, we're back, I think. We'll see if we stay back. Yeah, it's been forever. It's been ages. Just what I would expect for trying to do a rush stream. Hey, Robert, welcome. Marcus, Umbra, and Dr. Nolan, and Wiss. And Robert, welcome. For some of you, it's been days. Others, it's been years. For some, it's been literal seconds. Minutes at max. Seems I am not getting the dropped frames, which is nice. I do want to know what changed on my computer, though, that has caused this issue. The only thing that I can think of is my bit rate. I upped my bit rate. Robert, you're moving to a country in Europe. Sounds like a potential lovely time. Will we see shiny Poipole tonight? Honestly, not likely. I can really only devote like another 21 minutes to doing this before like I have to go to bed. Umbra, would that translate to Wingstop? Happy birthday to Shark. Robert, you're moving to Germany? You've been, Marcus. I can't say as I recall that I've ever gone. Yeah, I don't think there's one in my state for like 300 miles. At least. I think the only one I'm aware of would be in Boise. honestly kind of chaotic for my night. That's why stream is gonna be short, sweet, and to the point. God. Definitely judging you. It's saying, I can't believe you just did that. Yes, welcome, New Mexico. Nice. Heading to Texas for vacation tomorrow. Well, technically today, since it's past 2 in the morning. But when is next stream? There should be one tomorrow night, because while I do have work Saturday, I get to sleep in a little bit because work's at 9. But Monday is my last official day of working from home, so streams will be a little bit less frequent because I will actually have to be suitable to drive to work and be up before doing so. I can't just roll out of bed, throw on some pants, and go. No overtime on the weekends, just I needed a Tuesday off, so I said, hey, I'll work Saturdays. It's a short day. I'll work Saturday and have Tuesday off. It'd be fabulous. So, yeah, I won't be working from home. It has been. It has been pretty great. Like, I really don't want to go back, but they are interviewing for an assistant manager this upcoming week, so I definitely want to be in the running for that. Should that be an option, I won't be working from home, but if it's not, I'll be pushing for work from home as soon as feasibly possible, because I would like to save the gas money permanently. But if I get the assistant manager gig, the pay increase is going to be enough that I don't have to worry about that. I would be getting a house within a year, I think. And you could probably pay for it on my paycheck alone. Favorite non-Pokemon game, Johnny, is The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Wish you luck, Wiss. Thank you. Favorite non-Nintendo franchise, as a bonus question and answer, is Assassin's Creed. I hope so too, and thank you, Marcus. I'm really hoping for it. Like I said the other night, I do got some management experience. I've got some call center experience. I am one of the more knowledgeable people in the call center that can answer questions, troubleshoot, and walk people through things. I've been asked to be on a training team. I've been asked to be on a guidebook team. I've been asked to take up card support questions on the weekends. I deal with all of our payment platforms. I basically have access to the most products, features, and programs that we need to do our job. So I'm kind of already doing part of the job. I just need the, being over people aspect of it. Whis, I would absolutely do that. Buy the expansion pack for Switch. Play Zelda Majora's Mask first, and then play Mario 64. Also, I never updated the hours at the end of the last stream. We are on 45. Dr. No One says they think that the NSO expansion is worth it. I do have to agree. And I haven't even really used it. You were thinking about first playing Ocarina of Time and then Majora's Mask. That is a valid point. I cannot fault that. It'll be more worth it when they finally get around to adding these. I thought Ruby and Sapphire was still coming out. But I guess not. Like, maybe that was a fake announcement that I saw. Who knows, maybe one day you'll plug in your Wii U to see what part you got stuck on in Twilight Princess. Welcome, Shiny Kaiju. Twilight Princess is the Zelda game that, like, I feel like more people stop halfway through on than any other Zelda game. I didn't know I was streaming again either. If it counts for anything, I won't be streaming for that much longer. At most 20 more minutes. Maybe 28. Just to get that full hour and a half in, or sorry, just hour. You have an amiibo of Wolf Link. I have that sitting on top of this glass case right here. I used to have all of the Zelda amiibos out and in full display, but the channel went pretty much all Pokemon, so I filled it up with Pokemon stuff instead. You're fighting the pincers that are on the Executor Island. Good old Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Yeah, look at the plushies though. I mean, they're pretty aight. Oh, so I have something for you guys. I do have something for you guys, kind of. Purplecliff wore the May dress. How many subscribers for your canon event? Purplecliff wore the May dress. How many subscribers for your canon event 2 to happen? My canon event? Honestly, at this point, I would say you guys get me to 100,000 subscribers, and I would totally wear a maid dress for an entire stream. I would do it. With zero shame, too. I would rock that. Ooh, Marley's over there like, bet. Clip it, clip it. Boys, start making alt accounts. I'll clip it. I'll put it in a short. I ain't scared. You guys get me to 100,000, I will do it. I clipped it. I also realized I need to redo that video because the audio is so dang low for it, but yeah. Hey, Starkiller, welcome. I did see your chat above earlier, though. I just didn't address you by name. I have always been here. Hey, Shadow Legion, welcome. If I remember right, you are viewing from across the pond over in the Great Outback. Shiny Kaiju, you're sick. Hopefully not too sick. Got some new Paldean Fates cards. Pulled a Charizard pretty quickly, that's awesome. Japanese Paldean Fates. Shiny Kaiju, why Japanese cards, might I ask? Aside from the fact that generally speaking, they get cooler looking cards than we do. what's the lore about Twilight Princess? Well, Wiss, the lore behind Twilight Princess is the Link from Ocarina of Time went back in time. After the end of his adventure, Zelda sends him back in time. He then informs the king that Ganondorf is going to royally screw up everything, pun intended. And they seal Ganondorf away and imprison him before he can get any power or any footing in the kingdom. And they banish him to the Twilight Realm instead. And then he like just sits there and grows in power. And then brings the false king of the shadow, the Twilight Realm, knocking on Hyrule's doorstep. Dethrones Princess Zelda, kind of. Casts Hyrule into Twilight. And then you are there with the Twilight Princess. To save the day. You order most of your booster packs in Japanese because they look better. You're starting to remember some things about it. Well, for those that haven't played, I just like dropped no less than 4 game plot reveals. Like hard, fast, oh my gosh, this is like changes everything with the game, kind of. Like, you're not supposed to know that Midna's the princess of the Twilight Realm. You're not supposed to know that the Twilight Princess is actually Zelda. You're not supposed to know that Zant is the Usurper King. You're not supposed to know that he was led astray by Ganondorf, who is back. Yeah, you start off the game by getting drug into the Shadow Realm jail for some reason. Booster boxes are like $40 too. It's cheaper, the cards look better, and shiny treasures is only like $35 on Amazon. Okay. Still haven't got a Mew or Zard. Interesting that one would be cheaper than the other, though. I don't get it. Just got 2 boxes of Cyber Judge, which is Temporal Forces, kinda. And they were $30 each. And yeah, wild that Japanese cards are cheaper than English. I guess they don't have to pay the translator. Oh, Okoa Village. Yeah, Skykeep. That makes sense. That's a nasty temple. never played Zelda games, and Starkiller never played Zelda till Breath of the Wild. I'm sorry, but Breath of the Wild is great, but it is barely a Zelda game. It's got the vibe. It passes the vibe check. But, like, so much is different with it that it's just like, it's in its... I feel like it's in its own class. Tears of the Kingdom is more Zelda-like than Breath of the Wild, in my opinion. Brought some little mini dungeons back. It was quite nice. Like, it's almost like now that they got the Breath of the Wild out, they were scared to go back to a dungeon crawl. Like, you don't have to have everything be open all the time. Like, you can require people to go through a set dungeon. But I also, at the same time, did appreciate the fact that if you had the tools, you could almost kind of do the temple in any order. Or just go straight to the end. You try to play the older games, but they don't seem as fun as the newer games. They are definitely more puzzle-oriented. And using the right tool at the right time. Whereas there's like one way to solve things, whereas Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom literally have many. Whis, absolutely I do. I would recommend either one of those games to go play. But if I had to say choosing, I would go Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom will be the better experience all around. The reason being is that if you were to play Breath of the Wild and then go straight into Tears of the Kingdom without the 5-year hiatus that we had to wait between the two games, chances are Tears of the Kingdom is going to suck. It'll be good, but it'll be a repeat of Breath of the Wild. Like, you literally do almost the exact same thing. You have to go do the Sheikah Towers to get the map updated. You have to go and do all 100 and some odd shrines to get your health back up and your stamina. But they added stuff into that. There's a whole depths to explore, Zonai battery cells to upgrade. So, like, there is more, but it feels like it could easily have been DLC. Is the general consensus across the Zelda community. Is if we would have just started with Tears of the Kingdom, we really could have just had a short Breath of the Wild experience. When you get a PC and a capture card for your 3DS, you're going to make Ultra Space video or Dynamax raids. Best of luck, Shiny Kaiju. A capture card in your 3DS is quite expensive to be able to stream. Like, I've been streaming for almost 5 years now, and I just barely invested in a 3DS capture card. Your brother felt like Tears of the Kingdom was a full-price Breath of the Wild expansion. That is a very fair point. It never got boring for Starkiller because there was so much more. Fair enough. I definitely did play it with more of an analytic eye than I maybe should have. I was more of a critique of it because I was looking for what can I do for videos on this game? Like, I definitely played it for the experience, don't get me wrong. I wasn't robbed of that. It was just, I was looking for the comparisons. I was being critical of what it had to present, and really, it's like, yeah, the shrines are different, but they are really just the same. The Ultra Hand abilities are very similar to one another. Although, I do love the Ultra Hand so much more than Breath of the Wild stuff. Do you think there will be Tears of the Kingdom on a Switch 2? Most definitely. It'll get ported. Well, not even ported. I think the Switch 2 will be backwards compatible. Nintendo really has a strong history of that. And it would be redundant and asinine to imagine them not doing backwards compatibility. Like, there's no reason why they need to change the carts. Because the carts can fit the games. The carts are doing well. Like, I really do think that it'll be backwards compatible. Shiny Kaiju, that ain't gonna happen. We will get a more powerful Switch 2, but it won't be rivaling this generation. Nintendo has been really, really good historically about backwards compatibility. Especially with their handheld systems. Ten out of 10 would recommend both Whis. Yeah, it'll be as powerful as the PS4. That's about what I would expect from Nintendo. As powerful as last generation's consoles. Because Nintendo's not in the graphics game. They never have been. They kept the GBA slot for 2 years. Yeah, there is a lot to do in Tears of the Kingdom, that's for sure. The GameCube had the most powerful graphics chip of its gen. No one pushed it, though. Yeah. I was going to say, sure didn't feel like it. But at the time, the GameCube did slap. Like, I'm not throwing shade. GameCube's one of my favorite consoles. Pokemon Coliseum, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, all fabulous games. Yeah, GameCube probably was the best system ever. It's either that or the N64. Like, a lot of people would argue the PlayStation 2, but, like... PlayStation 2 had a lot of games. I'll give it that. It had an absurdly powerful ATI chip in it. Yeah, Nintendo's always been about the gimmicks, the experience, and expanding gameplay. Whereas Xbox and Sony have been like graphics. Graphics, 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 and how many times can we sell zombies to people? For the most part, I don't have beef with the 3D models for Pokemon Home or, you know, for I don't have beef with the models. I have beef with their saturation. Some of them are definitely not looking right. And their behavior, yeah, some of them were full of energy. It's like, here. Could you imagine if Hitmontop wasn't doing his little sidestep dance? Or if Ludicolo wasn't doing his rain dance? Like, that would be wild. But, alright guys, we are going to do one more encounter here, and then we'll be ending the stream, so I can go to bed, get some sleepies, all that good stuff. I do need some rest. Pokemon 7 luck. Did not work. But with that, we'll catch y'all later. I am going to get the sleeps. See y'all.